I have never met or become friendly with anyone by the name of Ellen.
Have you got the letter, Miss Brent?
Yes, I'll go and fetch it.
Miss Claythorne.
I never actually met Mrs. Leung. I wanted a holiday person. I applied to a secretarial agency. Mrs. Brent from London. I was offered this post and accepted.
And yet you were never interviewed by your prospective employer.
No. Here's the letter.
Let's see here. Indian Island, Sticklehaven, Devon. I have received your name from Miss Grenfell's agency. I understand she knows you personally. Shall be glad to pay you the salary you ask, and shall expect you to take up your duties on August the 8th. The train is at 12:40 from Paddington to Oakbridge Station. I enclose £5 for expenses. Yours truly, Una Nancy Owen. Miss Marston.
Never actually met the Owens. Got a wire from a pal of mine. About to Barclay. Told me to roll up here. Surprised me a bit, because I had an idea the old horse had gone to Norway. I haven't kept the wire.
I see. And you, Dr. Armstrong?
Well, in the circumstances, I think I may admit that my visit here was professional. Miss Rowan wrote that you required about your wife's health. I know it's been sight. You wanted a report of that being alarmed, so we therefore suggested that my visit here be regarded as that of a normal guest.
And you've had no previous acquaintanceship with the family?
No.
Why, you had no hesitation in obeying the summons.
A few colleagues of mine mentioned very nice to be suggested. Due for a holiday anyway.
Oh, it's Brent. Thank you. All right. Dear Miss Brent, I do hope you remember me. We were together at Belhaven Guest House in August some years ago, and we seem to have so much in common. I'm starting a guest house of my own on an island off the coast of Devon. I think there's really an opening for a place where there's good, plain English cooking and a nice old-fashioned type of person. None of this nudity and gramophones half the night. I shall be very glad if you could see to spending your way on Indian Island this summer as my guest. Of course, I suggest August the 8th, 12:40 from Paddington to Oakbridge. Yours sincerely, U.N. Yes, the signature is slightly ambiguous.
Well, I like the nudity touch.
And here is my own decoy letter from a friend of mine, Lady Constance Collington. She writes to me in her usual vague, incoherent way, urges me to join her here on this island, refers to her host and hostess in the vaguest of terms.
Look here, I've just thought of something.
In a minute,
I think that
we will take one thing at a time, if you don't mind, Captain Lombard. General MacKenzie.
Got a letter from this fellow Owen. Thought I met him at the club sometime. Mentioned some cronies of mine who were to be here. Hope to excuse the formal invitation. I haven't kept the letter, I'm afraid.
I see. And you, Captain Lombard?
same sort of thing. Invitation mentioning mutual friends. Haven't kept the letter either.
Right. Just now, we've had a somewhat disturbing experience. An apparently disembodied voice has just spoken to us all, uttering certain definite accusations. We will deal with those accusations presently. But I'm interested in a minor point. Amongst the names mentioned was that of William Henry Blore. But, as far as we know, there is no one named Blore amongst us. The name Davis was not mentioned. What have you to say to that, Mr. Davis?
Cat in the bag, it seems. Had better admit my name is not Davis.
You are William Henry Blore?
That is right.
And we'll add something to that. Not only are you here under a false name, Mr. Blore, but in addition, I've noticed this evening that you're a first-class liar. You claim to have come from Natal, South Africa, and I know Natal and South Africa you have never set foot there in your life.
You gentlemen have brought me all war. I am an ex-CID man.
Oh, a copper.
I've got my credentials and I can prove it. I run a detective agency in Plymouth. I was drawn to this job.
By whom?
Why, Mr. Owen. He sent a very nice money order and said I was to join this house party posing as a guest. He also sent a list of all of your names and said I was to keep an eye on all of you.
Any reason given?
He said Mrs. Owen had some valuable jewels. Mrs. Owen, my foot. I don't believe there is any such person.
Your conclusions are, I think, justified. Let's see here. Una Nancy Owen. Ulick Norman Owen. That is each time to say. U.N. Owen. Or, by some slight stretch of fancy, unknown.
But that's fantastic. What's that?
Oh, I've no doubt in my mind we've been invited here by a madman. Probably a homicidal maniac.
Oh my God.
Whoever it was that has enticed us here has taken the trouble to learn a very great deal about us. And out of that knowledge concerning us, he has uttered certain definite accusations. I wish to say this. Our unknown friend here accuses me of murder of one Edward Seaton. Oh, I remember Seaton perfectly well. Came before me in trial, June 1930. He was charged with the murder of an elderly woman. Very, very ably defended and made a good impression on the jury in the witness box. Nevertheless, on the evidence, he was found to be guilty. I summed up accordingly, and the jury brought in a verdict of guilty. An appeal was lodged on the grounds of misdirection, and the appeal was dismissed. The man was duly executed. My conscience is perfectly clear on the matter. I wish to say that I passed sentence of death on a rightly convicted murderer.
But did you know Seaton at all? I mean, personally.
I knew nothing of Seaton previous to the trial.
The old boy's lying. I swear he's lying.
This fellow's a madman. Absolute madman. Got to be in his forties. Got the wrong end of the stick all around. It's best to leave these sorts of things unanswered. But I feel like what to say. No truth whatsoever was said about young Arthur Richmond. Richmond was one of my officers. I sent him on reconnaissance in 1917. He died. Also like to add, and resent very much. I slowed. On my wife. Been dead a long time. Best woman in the world. Absolutely. Caesar's wife.
Well, I've just been thinking. John and Lucy Combs. Must have been a couple of kids I ran over near Cambridge. Isn't that?
For you or for them?
Well, I was thinking for me. But of course you're right, sir. He was damn bad luck for them too. Still, it was a complete accident. They rushed out to some cottage or other. I had my license suspended for a year. Beastly nuisance.
His feelings all wrong. All wrong. Young women like you are a danger to the community.
Well, I couldn't help it. It was just an accident.
Might I mention something?
Go ahead, Rogers.
There was a mention of me, Mrs. Rogers, and a Miss Jennifer Brady. Well, there wasn't a word of truth in it. The witness said she died. She's always been brought out. If the time we came to her, there was a storm. The telephone was out of order, and we couldn't get a doctor to her. She went for him, on foot. We got there too late. I suppose to go to her. Anyone else would take the same. There's never a word said against us. Never a word.
Came into a nice little something out of death, I suppose, didn't you?
Miss Brady left us a legacy in recognition of our faithful services. Why not? I'd like to know.
What about